And welcome back to Premier League Live on this Sunday evening. We have Chelsea against Manchester City getting underway for you in just a couple of minutes from Stamford Bridge to wrap up match day 12. Chelsea start in 11th after West Ham's victory earlier this afternoon. Manchester City top of the league, and they have a chance to go 3 points clear of Liverpool and Arsenal with a win here at Stamford Bridge. Let's get to the teams then who are starting this game. Chelsea start with Robert Sanchez in goal. Captain for the day for Chelsea is Reece James. Axel Disasi, Thiago Silva and Marc Cucurella join him in defence. Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez and Conor Gallagher make up the midfield, with a front three of Cole Palmer, Raheem Sterling and Nicholas Jackson, who scored a hat-trick on his last game out for Chelsea. For Manchester City, Edison starts in goal. Kyle Walker starts as captain. Ruben Dias, Manuel Akanji and Josko Vardy make up the back four. Rodri and Bernardo Silva are in midfield, with City applying 4 players in attack. Phil Foden on the right, Jeremy Doku on the left, Julian Alvarez through the middle, and Erling Haaland up front. The benches for both teams are as follows. For Chelsea, Petrovic, Matson, Gusto, Badiashile, Mudryk, Ugachukwu, Madueke, Broha and Matos. For City, Carson, Ortega, Luis Nunez, Bob, Phillips, Kovacic and Grealish. Chelsea are looking for their first league win against City at the Bridge since 2020. Can tonight be the night for Mauricio Pochettino against Manchester City? Kick-off at Stamford Bridge is on the way next. At Stamford Bridge, we are observing a moment of reflection alongside the playing of the last post on Remembrance weekend to remember all of those who have lost their lives due to war. A beautiful moment at Stamford Bridge on Remembrance weekend, as is all the games in the Premier League. The last post being played along with a minute of reflection on this, the 12th of November. Armistice Day, of course, yesterday. Right, to the football, and we are ready to get underway. As I mentioned in the intro, Chelsea looking for their first league home win against Manchester City since 2020. Can they get it tonight? They're looking for the first win against City since 2021 in a Champions League final. That is some way to get your last win against the team. They want to get a win this evening, Chelsea, to get back into the top half. City want to extend their lead at the top of the table. Tonight, Chelsea will get us underway. They're in all blue. Man City in their home kit as well, of light sky blue with white shorts and sky blue socks. And the man of the moment, the man who practically won the game for Chelsea against Spurs on Monday night, gets us underway, Nicholas Jackson. For another cracker here, of course, at the Bridge. Always dramatic games between Chelsea and Manchester City in recent years. Who can forget? I mean, the last win for Chelsea here in the league against City was that game that gave Liverpool the league title back in 2020. Here's Reece James with an early chance. Hits the City defence, and that will bounce out for a Chelsea throw on the right-hand side. Front-footed start from the home team. And that's what they need to do coming into this one. They need to believe that they can win against City. They need to believe that they can get something out of this game. And certainly try and go for the 3 points. build upon that most of frantic and craziest of games and wins over Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last Monday. If anything's going to give you confidence, surely that will. Here's Moises Caicedo. Early on, Palmer. Back to Dizazi. Back to Sanchez, who knocks it long. Flicked on there. Brought down by Chelsea in the midfield through Enzo Fernandez. Good possession from Chelsea early on. Cucurella finds Gallagher in the middle. Spins away from his man, and Jackson trying to feed on Sterling. Former City player almost broke through there. Edison having to flick it away. And out to Ruben Diaz on the right hand side. Back to Walker. All the way back to Edison under pressure. Does get the ball out to the left hand side. Finds Vardiol. City give it away though. Bernardo Silva that time. Enzo Fernandez has it. Palmer. Positive start this from Chelsea. Luke says, I think Man City are going to go are too strong. I think the score is going to be Chelsea 1, Man City 3. Fair enough. Well, it's the battle of the two teams with the most average possession this season. Both teams with over 60% of the ball on average this campaign. And both teams love to have the ball. It's worked a lot better for City having more of the ball than Chelsea this season. Many occasions Chelsea have had the vast majority of the possession, but not able to find the back of the net from the dominance of possession. Here's Doku to break away. Alvarez gives it out wide to Bernardo Silva. Tracked by the former City player Cole Palmer. And Bernardo Silva, that will bounce off him last and will be a goal kick to Chelsea. It's good tracking there from Cole Palmer. All the way back. Forcing Bernardo Silva to get to the byline, and Chelsea will win a goal kick. Already had some dramatic results this afternoon in the Premier League. Brighton being held to a 1-1 draw against Sheffield United. West Ham turning it all around against Forest to win 3-2. That win for West Ham put them above Chelsea. Here's Cucurella. Chelsea looking to return the favour and go back above West Ham if they get a win this afternoon. Nice spin by Enzo Fernandez. Lovely. Cucurella. Sterling in tight spaces, covered by 4 City players, and ends up committing the foul against Phil Foden. There, Raheem Sterling, and City will get the free kick. Of course, we have to talk about the Chelsea attackers, 2 of them former City players, in Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling. Marc Cucurella was heavily linked to a move to Man City before he came to Chelsea. I think so was Robert Sanchez as well. Free kick taken. Quickly was fed out to the other side, to the far side, and dealt with by Chelsea, but City will get the throw in. Luke says, but I'm still have faith in my Chelsea Blues. Of course, Luke, a Chelsea fan. Good pressure there from Chelsea, but City play out of that nicely. Here's Mamadou Akanji breaking forward. Stolen off the ball, and they kept the ball in play there. Gallagher. Now Jackson. Spinning away from his marker. Feeds it onto Enzo Fernandez, who's pulled back, and that'll be a quick free kick for Chelsea, and Anthony Taylor's allowed them to take it quickly. Here's Raheem Sterling. Flicks it forward for Cucurella, and Foden just about getting in there, helping out defensively. Anthony Taylor done really, really well. The referee there saw the free kick, allowed Chelsea to take it quickly. There was Cucurella and Sterling linking up down that left-hand side, and Cucurella trying to go on the overlap. Well covered by Phil Foden. Give Chelsea the corner. Palmer to take. Left-footed, whipped it in. Simple enough catch for Edison, that one. Not much threat for the City goalkeeper there. A City team that have only conceded 8 Premier League goals this season in 11 games. Best defence in the league. Only Arsenal and Liverpool are able to be anywhere near them. They're both on 10 goals conceded this season. The closest rivals to that of City's defensive battling. Alvarez trying to go for the cross. Took a deflection, allowed Caicedo to pick it up. Out wide to Cucurella. Gallagher to Fernandez. Sterling now finds Caicedo. Lots of space here for Chelsea. Here's Raheem Sterling bursting forward. Sterling feeds it through for Jackson, trying to get the return ball. Jackson, but loses out. City will get the advantage coming the other way. Haaland coming deeper. Finds Bernardo Silva on the left. Bit isolated there, Silva, lacking the options. Has to switch the ball. Taking the tempo out of that counter-attack. Walker, now Foden. Foden up against Cucurella. Finds the overlap of Walker up against Cucurella, who does well defensively there. And that will go out for a City throw, or a City corner, sorry, of Marc Cucurella. His defensive kind of ability has been questioned prior to this game, especially up against a pacey player like Phil Foden and a very, very good player in Kyle Walker in attack. He done well there, Cucurella. City have a corner. Alvarez to take on the right-hand side. 6.5 minutes gone, 0-0. It's been a very frantic start, very energetic and very attacking start from both teams. That's what we want to see. Attacking football at its finest. Dizazi and Diaz are just having a bit of a wrestle inside the 6-yard box of Chelsea. Robert Sanchez is quite close to that one. I think that's what Ruben Diaz is trying to do, put pressure on the Chelsea keeper before this corner. Corner, low one whipped in. Didn't beat the first man. Chelsea trying to get the spin of the ball. Doku wins it. Sterling steals it away from him. Sterling now plays it beautifully forward for Nicholas Jackson. Lovely feet by Jackson. Oh, just couldn't get past Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker recovered really, really well there. But Sterling and Jackson on the link up there, almost allowing Chelsea through one-on-one with Edison. Almost. Here's Rodri. Switching it across to Bernardo Silva, but that was too much from Rodri. Not often you see Rodri putting a ball like that across the pitch. That's well out of play for a Chelsea throw-in. I'd say it's been a very positive start for Chelsea. Early 8 minutes, they've had more of the ball and looked very threatening on the break. Their forwards seem to be sharp tonight. Akanji has to go back to Edison. Now to Ruben Diaz. Back to Edison. Diaz again. Alvarez coming very deep to win the ball. Gives it to Walker. Back to Diaz again. And Edison. Long ball by Edison out from the back. Trying to find Phil Foden. It's inches away from the left boot of the young Englishman. Marc Cucurella will allow that one to run out of play and will give Chelsea the throw-in on the left-hand side. Cucurella to take the throw-in, linking up with Caicedo. And will win another throw-in. But it's City that will get it this time. Kyle Walker. Walker with a throw, trying to find the run of Haaland. Threatening, but lovely defending by Chelsea, although Gallagher's given it straight back to City. Battling with Foden, last touches off a Chelsea player, and that will be another City throw. Walker to take this throw in again for City. The last one caused a bit of panic for Chelsea defensively. They dealt with it initially, but give it away in the end. Foden receives the ball, switches it across. Vardiol, now Doku, runs at Reece James. Jeremy Doku gets inside of Reece James, tries to put it across to Foden, cleared away by Enzo Fernandez. And now Jackson was looking to cause a few issues there, but City dealt with that well. Kanji back to Edison. 10 minutes gone at Stamford Bridge. It's Chelsea 0, City 0. Early in this one. Here's Jeremy Doku for Manchester City, who's made a kind of electric start to his City career. 4 assists last week in that 6-1 win over Bournemouth. at the Etihad. If that's not a kind of a statement to get him into the starting 11, I don't know what is. And that's where he finds himself today, in the starting 11. But Pep Guardiola usually goes off who he would prefer for a game, and clearly he would prefer Jeremy Doku's pace to Jack Grealish's control on the ball for this one. That's been the target for him. Pep Guardiola. Cucurella hitting it off Alvarez there and winning a throw-in for Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez right across to Robert Sanchez, the goalkeeper. Plays it through calmly to Reece James, linking up with Thiago Silva, and James in a position, skips past the challenge. Now Chelsea break down the right hand side. Here's Cole Palmer, the former City player. Cole Palmer takes a strike blocked. Reece James wins it back. Palmer again. Gallagher trying to flick it over the defence. Well defended. Oh, it's bouncing back. Oh, Edison got two good hands to that. Palmer was causing a real threat again for Chelsea. City just can't deal with it. Chelsea keep the pressure on fantastically well, and Gallagher tries to chip it over the defence. Akanji does get it headed away initially, and Rodri heads it back into the danger zone. But luckily, his keeper was quick to that one and got the catch on the ball. But it all started with Josko Vardiol just come flying in to get a challenge, and Reece James done incredibly well to flick it past him. Really open up the space for Chelsea down the right-hand side. They've got pace, this Chelsea team. Long ball from Akanji, trying to find Foden. Deft touch against Cucurella. Foden marked all the way, has to go back to Walker. It's definitely a very competitive game so far. Both sides looking threatening. Neither side having a shot on target yet, though. Chelsea with the only shot. That was an off-target shot, though. Flicked over the defence there. Oh, that was poor from City. Tried to play it out to the wide area. I thought they were going to flick it over the Chelsea defenders, but actually flicked it out to Jeremy Doku, and that one was just overhit. Will be another Chelsea throw. Well, City have won 6 straight games against Chelsea in all competitions. As I mentioned, Chelsea's last win against City was in the Champions League final in 2021. City have went on to win a Champions League since then in 2023. They are currently the holders of the UEFA Champions League. Manchester City, the current treble winners. Although the current treble winners aren't invincible. Already been beaten twice this season, away at Wolves and away at Arsenal. Both by 1-goal scorelines they were beaten on those occasions. So narrow defeats, but defeats nonetheless. Well, that one is stolen away from Reece James. That ball. Now Vardiol picks it up. Has to go back to Ruben Dias. High end field for Akanji. Akanji gives it out wide to Doku on the left. Doku running at James, trying to take him on. Plays it across to Zazi with a clearance. We'll go out for a City throw on the left-hand side. They've all been quite close games. The only game in terms of Premier League wise, all of Manchester City's wins over Chelsea in the Premier League since that win for Chelsea in the Champions League final are all 1-0 winners. 4 occasions, they've won by 1-0. Both home and away, City, so they do seem to struggle in winning against Chelsea in terms of racking up the scores, and Chelsea always keep a competitive game, but they do get it over the line in the end, City, and have done on quite a few occasions. We beat them 3 times in a row last season, home and away. Beat them in the FA Cup quite convincingly. Man City, 4-0 winners against Chelsea in the FA Cup in January of this year. And 1-0 winners in the Premier League, either side of that FA Cup tie. Graham Potter was, of course, in charge for that FA Cup game. Not in charge no more. Bernardo Silva to take the free kick for City. Vardiol back to Diaz. Now Walker trying to find the ball forward. Nice reverse ball to find Rodri. Feeds it through the lines. Finds Alvarez. Takes a strike blocked. Corner off Cucurella. Better flow from City's movement there. Knew what they needed to do and worked it nicely. Really good football for Manchester City. Just calm, composed, collected on the ball. Knew what they needed to do. And they now have a corner. Julian Alvarez to take. Right-footed, right across the box. Headed down and straight into the hands of Robert Sanchez. I got a bit too excited there. Just saw it flying through from Josko Vardiol. Came driving out from the left-hand side, right across, headed down into the ground and bouncing back up into the hands of Robert Sanchez. Lovely from Enzo Fernandez. Nice skill there. Trying to switch it out to the right. Lovely taken down by Reece James. Back to Dizazi. Under pressure from Bernardo Silva. Back to Robert Sanchez. Sanchez gives it out to the left, but there's no one out there. Straight out of play for a City throw-in. That's where he's been questioned. Robert Sanchez about his distribution. Of course, joined from Brighton. Sanchez, but has been questioned as to whether he is a top-level goalkeeper. And his distribution has certainly been one of those topics that has been debated against him. That's a good challenge by Silva. Trying to win it back, but Chelsea can't keep it. Alvarez, that's lovely from Gallagher to win it back. Enzo Fernandez, poor ball. They do keep the possession, Chelsea, though. Somehow. Reece James. Lovely ball out to Cole Palmer on the right. Flicks it forward, trying to find Jackson. Just not enough on that one. Emmanuel Akanji will knock it out of play for a Chelsea throw. Palmer takes it back to James. Now Dizazi. Silva. Right through the middle. Route 1. Gallagher. Down the left-hand side is Sterling. Nice control. Gives it back to Gallagher. Back to Sterling. And now back to Cucurella. Thiago Silva goes along with a switch diagonal. Finds chested down by Reece James. Nice control. Nice lovely reverse ball to find Cole Palmer. Committed an extra City player again. And Gvardiol. Palmer back to James. Caicedo. Across from Fernandez. Deflected out. Gallagher! Struck it nicely. Straight at Edison with a catch, but had the power and the pace behind it from Conor Gallagher. Just straight down the throat of Edison and not really tested there, the City keeper, but a good chance for Chelsea and really good link-up play up front. Ability to sustain the pressure on the City defence, and they're definitely trying to find those pockets out wide, Chelsea. Cole Palmer has certainly been the target of that early on, trying to commit Vardiol a bit more and get the space in behind him. A few occasions they've tried to do that, Chelsea. A few occasions they've successfully done it so far. Ball's back with Edison. 19 minutes gone at the bridge. Chelsea 0, Manchester City 0. Diaz to Edison. Back to Ruben Diaz. Goes for the long one, trying to find Doku. Well marshalled there by Reece James to win the first header. Second header won by Palmer. Caicedo trying to set him up, but Vardiol was back in time and got that back to his keeper. Played across to Ruben Diaz under pressure. Loses out there. Lovely feet by Sterling to win it back. Raheem Sterling trying to thread it through. Just loses out there. Rodri getting back in time. Enzo Fernandez battling. Palmer trying to battle as well, but Bernardo Silva gets it away. Conor Gallagher is still down, it seems. He was the one pressing Ruben Diaz and won it back off Diaz, and then Sterling got the ball off him, but the game will still play on. No need to stop the game from a City point of view. Here's Doku. Now Bernardo Silva. Tried to put the cross in, headed away by James. Battling in there. Two Chelsea players go down. Referee still plays on. And Thiago Silva has to scramble the cross away for a corner. 3 Chelsea players on the ground. Erling Haaland will gather the ball to get the corner, but are they checking for a penalty? Oh, there could be a penalty here. I don't actually know what Anthony Taylor's given. I think he's given a penalty against Marco Correa. He did get a grip of Erling Haaland. I didn't see anything wrong in the first instance, but we see the replay. The cross comes in from the left-hand side from Bernardo Silva, and Marco Correa is trying to defend Haaland, but they've both got a hold of each other, really. And Haaland kind of just pulls against him, pulls against Cucurella, holds him off, and that's what kind of takes Haaland's kind of balance away from him. Cucurella is holding him, but it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, and VAR are checking this. They're checking, I think, offside or something. I don't know what they're waiting for. I don't think this is a penalty. I have to stress it. I didn't see it in the first instance, didn't believe anything was wrong, and from the replay, I think it's just 50-50. Cucurella has to defend, Haaland's battling to get in front of him. It's kind of a coming together. They both go down. The ball's headed over the bar by Thiago Silva for a corner. I do not think there's an issue here at all. Take into account that there's 3 Chelsea players went down. 2 went down initially from trying to clear the ball before that cross was brought in, and the decision is a penalty. And VAR have not wanted to overturn Anthony Taylor's decision. I think he's got completely wrong, Anthony Taylor, initially. I don't think it should be a penalty, and I think VAR should have overturned it, but they haven't. And that is poor. Really poor. You have to look at the full incident. And they don't. They've both got a hold of each other. And that is an awful decision again. I think Anthony Taylor's got that one completely wrong. And he's not been helped out by the VAR. But there you go. Another one of these crazy VAR decisions. Well, not VAR decisions. Just a crazy refereeing decision that leads to VAR not getting involved when they should do. And it's now Robert Sanchez up against Erling Haaland. Whether they believe it is a penalty or not, the decision's been given. And Erling Haaland has a chance to put City 1 up here. Still dispute the penalty decision to be given. So harsh on Marco Correa, because they both had a hold of each other. And I'm not saying this for any reason against City. I'm just saying, on the balance of things, as a neutral, I would be so angry. I am practically really angry at how bad that decision is. It's not a good decision at all from Anthony Taylor, and the VAR didn't even pull him up on it. Anyway, Erling Haaland has a penalty to take to try and get past Robert Sanchez. No doubt. Erling Haaland sends him the wrong way and slots it into the bottom corner. No doubt about Erling Haaland from the spot. He's more than always going to put them in the back of the net when he's got a goal scoring opportunity. These terrible decisions keep going. But Erling Haaland, when he gets his chances, he takes them. One of the most ruthless strikers on the planet gets another. Whether rightfully or wrongfully, that's another kind of question. But there's no question about Erling Haaland's quality, and no question about Erling Haaland's finishing ability. He slots it past Robert Sanchez, who puts City 1-0 to the good. Chelsea 0, City 1. Well, we will talk about this one over the weekend. During the week, Mauricio Pochettino is also not happy with the decision, obviously. Well, Cucurella is not happy with the decision, but I'm really, really not happy with this. It's such a terrible decision. The fact that VAR haven't even intervened and said to the referee, look, do you want to have a second look at this? No, nothing in that. And on top of that, Marc Cucurella's got a yellow card. Fantastic officiating. Absolutely fantastic. Not only is it a harsh penalty, but it's certainly nowhere near a yellow card. And Anthony Taylor has been completely caught out there. He's got done in. You know, there was talk about Anthony Taylor. Is it really a surprise that he's going to make a bad refereeing decision? No, because he made a bad decision earlier in the season and was demoted down to the Championship and fourth official duty. He's been a referee for a couple of weeks in the top level games, and he's given probably the most top level game of the weekend. Crazy. Why he was given this game, I don't know. But what can you expect? You give a shit referee one of the best games, he's a chance to mess it all up. Sterling gets the ball through here. Chelsea will have a chance to level it. Gallagher on the edge of the box. Gives it to Caicedo, blocked. Dizazi keeps it alive. Reece James. Now Palmer. Palmer, who was also booked, by the way. He was kind of messing up the penalty spot before City took the penalty. Enzo Fernandez goes down. And the referee's pulled it back for a free kick here for Chelsea. Foul on and Enzo Fernandez. Luke says first Man United, then Liverpool, then Arsenal, now Chelsea. Those are all the teams that VAR are against. And I'm not going to say the VAR are against all certain teams, but they certainly do make stupid decisions against the big teams. Liverpool down to 9 men against Tottenham, although some decisions have gone their way. It's kind of a balance of things. It's at this moment in time, it's a guessing game as to whether a team's going to get a decision or given a decision given against them. It's 50-50, who knows? Coming into the weekend, it might be a weekend where you get a big decision going your way, or it could be a weekend where you completely get done in by a decision on the referee in front. Who knows at this point in the season? Every team is victim of it at one point or another of the season. Although City seem to never get victim of it, but we'll not go there. Chelsea have a free kick. Reece James and Cucurella over it. A chance for Chelsea to level it. Reece James whips a ball in. Oh, just palmed over the bar by Edison. A massive opportunity for Chelsea. And Edison has to deny Reece James by palming it over the bar. Ever so close from the Chelsea captain. Right-footed, curling it, trying to find that the roof of the net. Not as far into the corner as he probably would have liked, and that maybe has helped Edison in his jump, getting the height and palming it with his right hand over the bar for a corner. Corner that's whipped in, flicked on by Thiago Silva, and Chelsea are back level. Fantastic from Chelsea, and Thiago Silva, the man who saved them at the other end, has put them back level from a corner. Just as a chance for Chelsea is palmed over the bar, and from the resulting corner, whipped in, and Thiago Silva at the front post heads it across goal and into the back of the City net, completely unmarked. And a fantastic goal by Thiago Silva to level it for Chelsea. Some would argue justice has been done to get Chelsea back level after that horrible decision by the officials to give City a penalty. And justice for Chelsea, and we'll get them right back on level terms and right back into this game. Chelsea 1, City 1. There you go. Cole Palmer to Thiago Silva. Just hearing Thiago Silva at the right old age of 39. And Anthony Taylor couldn't look any more disappointed that Chelsea have levelled it. But there you go. Maybe he's got away with one with Chelsea levelling it there. Surely he has to be pulled up for that in the week. Anyway, 30 minutes gone, 1-1. Back underway. City will want to retake the lead quite quickly after Chelsea quite quickly responded to City taking the lead in the first place. Cleared away by Enzo Fernandez. Diaz with the header. This game has got kind of an edge to it now that it didn't have 20 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago even, before that City penalty. It's now one of those games. Here's Cucurella, lovely from Chelsea. Sterling trying to get past Diaz, good challenge. Lovely from Rodri to spin away from his man. Alvarez linking up with Foden, and Foden couldn't get past Enzo Fernandez, who puts it out for a City throw in. It's the first time in so long that Chelsea have scored against City since the Champions League final. Chelsea have failed to score against City in the previous 6 games in which City have won. The last time that both teams had scored in a game was a 2-1 win for Chelsea in the Premier League in May 2021, where Chelsea did win 2-1 on that occasion. And on that day, City took the lead through a Raheem Sterling goal, interestingly enough. Well, there you go. Here's Phil Foden, breaking down the right, whipping it across. Haaland just wide. Robert Sanchez was already committed, and Erling Haaland was just wide of the left post and could only hit the side netting, but it was lovely from Foden, driving down the right hand side, putting pressure on the keeper with the cross. It's a deep cross. Don't think he meant it that deep, but Sanchez couldn't get to it, and it just right round the back post, and Erling Haaland just couldn't find the back of the net, just find the side netting for a goal kick. Luke says, I still have faith. As you should do. As you should do. Here's Vardiol. Down the left hand side is Silva. Vardiol. Back to Ruben Diaz. Rodri. Vardiol. City patient. And they're passing. Down the left is Doku. Have the space to run into, trying to find Bernardo Silva in the overlap, and that was a good challenge by Dizazi. Puts it out for a throw-in. Wanted more out of that Axel Dizazi, actually. Wanted a free kick, but Anthony Taylor said no. I think that was probably the right decision. Throw into City here with Vardiol. Trying to find Silva. Does find Bernardo Silva, who flicks it across. Foden has to head it back to Walker as he's under pressure now. Has to go back to Ruben Diaz. Good pressing from Chelsea there to get it out of the danger zone. And push City all the way back. It's been a competitive game. City have had narrowly more possession, 56% to Chelsea's 44%, but Chelsea have had more attempts, 6 to City's 4. More on target as well. Chelsea have had 3 to City's 2. Here comes City again. Rodri finds Foden. Foden to try in the corner. Just wide from Phil Foden. Agonisingly wide. How it didn't find the back of the net, I'll never know. But Phil Foden cuts inside on his left, trying to curl it into the left corner, and just agonisingly wide of that left post for Phil Foden. So close. I think the keeper even thought it was in. Sanchez gives it out to Cucurella from the goal kick. Fernandez trying to play the ball through to Gallagher, gives it away. Rodri, now Bernardo Silva. Out wide to the left for Vardiol. Has space to run into. Lots of space here, Vardiol. Trying to play it across. Goes all the way across to Foden. On the right hand side. City starting to up the tempo. Up the kind of pressure. Rodri's ball in. Finds Doku in the box. Here's Jeremy Doku. Can't get past Reece James, and Palmer clears it away. Here's Nicholas Jackson trying to get past Ruben Diaz, and that'll be a Chelsea throw-in. One player that hasn't had much massive involvement is Nicholas Jackson. It's incredible that we're just seeing the replay of that goal for Chelsea. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. It's just beautiful to watch. I love a good goal from a corner. I love a set-piece goal nonetheless, and they almost got a set-piece goal before that corner goal. Chelsea with that big save from Edison from a Reece James free kick. And if they end up getting something here, Chelsea, even a point, depending on what way the game ends up, but a positive result for Chelsea would certainly see them kind of maybe turning a corner. Big win against Spurs, although albeit in the craziest game of the Premier League we've seen in years, but a win's a win. And then against the champions, if we get something out of the champions, although albeit at home, but they don't have a great home record, Chelsea, 1 win out of 6 at home this season. Fernandes breaks it apart, finds Palmer. Palmer trying to feed it forward, find Reece James across, Sterling! Raheem Sterling, the former Manchester City player, has put Chelsea ahead at Stamford Bridge. The treble winners are behind at the bridge, and Chelsea hadn't scored in over 10 hours against City in previous meetings. They've now got 2 in the space of 10 minutes. Chelsea 2, Manchester City 1. It's the ball up from the back. City can't keep it in midfield. Ruben Dias committed. They have bodies forward. Cole Palmer trying to play it through. They too casual, City. Reece James picks up a loose ball, cuts it to the back post for Raheem Sterling, and it's just a simple tap in for Sterling at the back post. Easy as you like. And Manchester City trail against Chelsea. Goodness me, and there's only one player in Premier League that loves that more than Erling Haaland. A tap in at the back post, and that is Raheem Sterling. He absolutely loves those types of goals, and he's got quite a lot of them. It's Chelsea 2, Manchester City 1. Goodness. Well, there we go. Manchester City coming into this one with a good run of form. Won in their last 5 games. And have won the first half and 4 of the last 5. But they might not be winning the first half here. Might lose the first half. But here's Phil Foden to try and level it. Alvarez across. Cleared away by Disasi. Massive from Axel Disasi. 5 straight wins for Manchester City in all competitions since that defeat to Arsenal on the 8th of October at the Emirates. Since then, they've played Brighton, Young Boys twice, beaten Man United and Bournemouth before coming here. Their last trip to the capital was that defeat to Arsenal. And they could be heading towards a half-time deficit here at the bridge. Although still a lot of time to go, and a lot can still happen. Kyle Walker calls of handball, and Anthony Taylor has given a decision against City for once, and he's given Chelsea a free kick there. Handball on Kyle Walker. It all starts from the long ball from Robert Sanchez. Credit to the Chelsea keeper. It went long, caused a bit of panic in the City defence, and Chelsea, they couldn't recover from that, and Chelsea capitalised. It's perfect. You know, how often do you see that teams play out from the back and say, that's the way forward, that's the way to beat City, playing it out from the back and beating the press? Just go long. Sometimes it works. And they're through here. Here's Reece James to make it even better for Chelsea. Raheem Sterling just too short. Picked up by Fernandes, deflected. Cleared away. Chelsea are all over Manchester City at the moment. Not often do you say that about City being trampled upon. Fernandes, Sterling, Cucurella, all in a tight space on the left. Loose one from Reece James, but he keeps the possession. Chelsea are on fire at the moment. Need to make it count when they've got this dominance, this energy, and this ability against City at the moment. They need to make it count. They've already scored 2. They would love a third. That third would be massive for them. Here's Cucurella, has space. City just aren't dealing with it at the moment. They don't know where to be. Here's Raheem Sterling breaking into the box. Goes for the kind of excessive, dramatic, exciting one, but just goes wide of the right post up against his former teammate Kyle Walker. And Sterling just didn't get enough curl on that one. Not often you say that, but did go wide. Goal kick. As we're into the last 4 minutes of the half. Chelsea 2, Manchester City 1. Chelsea completely turning it around from 1-0 down through a controversial penalty decision for City to 2-1 up. Through 2 fantastic goals, and they've stolen it away again into Fernandes. Here's Nicholas Jackson trying to play it through to Gallagher, but blocked off that time. Walker beats the press, gets it through to Bernardo Silva. City breaking forward, 4-on-4. Bernardo Silva finds Haaland. Haaland is through! Big save by Sanchez. What a save to deny City a second. Cucurella, playing it out from the back. It's very physical. This game, end to end, all over the place defensively for both teams. It's lovely from Walker. Beats the press of Jackson. Finds Bernardo Silva through, and then Haaland, causing the issues, just chops past Thiago Silva, just beats him to the ball and tries to take a strike with it. Side footing it, trying to find a pass Sanchez, and a lovely save. Here's Doku though, byline. Gets it back to Bernardo Silva. Silva in the box. Cuts it back to Rodri on the edge. Gives it to Walker. Kyle Walker now. Walker to Foden. Here is Phil Foden. Breaking through. Phil Foden trying to find the corner. Decent enough save for Robert Sanchez to make. Simple enough for him there. Well, a cracker of a Premier League game to get you back. This is the last one before the international break, and the first one after the international break is also involving Manchester City, and they host Liverpool at the Etihad, a Liverpool team that could go above them tonight, depending on results. If City end up giving away another 2 goals and losing by a 3-goal deficit, they could be above them. Oh, Jackson hitting it straight at Edison. Liverpool on a plus 17 goal difference, City on a plus 19 goal difference as it stands, with the scoreline as it stands. But whatever it would be, by the end of play, it would be first against second for City if they lose this one. When they play Liverpool in 2 weeks' time, after the international break, the last international break of the year, before we head into the festive period. It is jam-packed with footballing action over the month of December, especially here on LFS. We'll let you know what we've got coming up for you, and I guarantee you, you're not going to want to miss it this December. We didn't have the December that we wanted last year. Remember last year the World Cup was on at this time. We don't have that this year. We have a normal festive period in the Premier League. Switch ball to find Foden. Last minute before the 45. Foden. Alvarez. Back to Walker. Now to Foden again. Walker. City just playing it around. Foden. Just inside the Chelsea half is Vardiol. Now Akanji. Vardiol. Out wide to Doku on the left. Up against Palmer is Jeremy Doku. Beats Palmer for pace. Palmer recovers. Trying to battle. Shoved off the ball is Palmer. And Doku trying to run through. And Palmer does scramble it for a corner. We will have, after the 45 minutes, 6 additional minutes at the end of the half after that long VAR check for that City penalty. That's the majority of the additional time that we will have. 6 minutes. City take a shot on court. Whipped in. Corner. And it's in. Manuel Akanji gets Manchester City back level again. From the corner, they take it short, whip the ball in, and Manuel Akanji to head it past Robert Sanchez to get City back level. It's a real goal for Stamford Bridge. It's a corner taken short, catches Chelsea out. Bernardo Silva, lovely ball from the left-hand side with a left boot cross. And Manuel Akanji heads it, free header, above everyone else, and heads it into Robert Sanchez's net. Sanchez nowhere near it. He just slips as he tries to go for it. No marker. And Chelsea give up a lead that they worked so hard to get. And Manchester City are back level. And Mauricio Pochettino went nuts when that goal went in anger at how easy that was for Manchester City after how his team had worked so hard to get that, to take that lead. And now it is 2-2 and the game is back to level. It's some game. 4 goals in the first half, incredible. What an entertaining game of football this is. Well, there's an issue here. I think Conor Gallagher's going to get a free kick and give away a free kick. A late challenge on the City player there, and Ruben Dias comes sliding in, just catches the right foot of Ruben Dias there. So it is a free kick for the City centre-back. Conor Gallagher, the one who gives away that foul. No one marking at Manuel Akanji. I can't actually believe how easy that is. It's training ground, really, for Manchester City. Short corner, ball whipped in, man runs onto it and heads it in. It's as simple as you like. It's far too easy from Chelsea's point of view. And that's why Mauricio Pochettino was so infuriated when his team had conceded from that position. Here's Diaz. Back to Edison, and the champions back level. And looking to not go behind again. Although we still have another half of football after this to play. Here's Cole Palmer. Nice quick feet. Well marshalled there by City. Akanji has it back and he will bring it all the way back to Edison in the City goal. 3 of the 6 added minutes played in this first half, of which we've had 4 goals. 2 for each team. Still, the conversation will go on at half-time and, of course, after the game about that first goal for City, that penalty, whether it was a penalty or not. Here's Doku breaking through, trying to find it to Bernardo Silva. Blocked off by Chelsea that time. Gallagher, now Sterling. Raheem Sterling trying to beat a few men and ended up giving it away to City. Here's Doku. Sterling. With Doku there. Doku lost his balance a bit, but he kept the ball. Diaz. To Akanji. Diaz across to Rodri. Can City find another one before half-time? Rodri's ball is hit by Raheem Sterling and out for a City throw-in. Well, frustration really for both managers. I don't think either manager will be happy at half-time. I think Pep Guardiola would be slightly happier at the fact that his side won't be behind at half-time, but I don't think either will be happy how their teams have played in the first half. Chelsea will probably be the happier in terms of the overall first half performance. The fact that they've still holding City, but the fact that they could have been ahead would be slightly disappointing. City, on the other hand, could be the happier the fact that they're level, considering they were behind in that one. And so at the half time, I don't think either will have much positives to talk about. The only positives they probably could say is the fact that neither defence are on top today. It's the attackers that are on top, it seems. We played 5 of the 6 minutes of stoppage time. Here's Jeremy Doku up against Palmer. Battling with Reece James as well, and the last touch is off Jeremy Doku. Will be a goal kick to Chelsea. That might just be enough to see them into half-time. Mauricio Pochettino seen enough. He's just standing at the tunnel, waiting to go down the tunnel. He's waiting that final whistle to get into the dressing room and chat to his team. Pep Guardiola's having a chat with his assistant about what they can do better in the second half already. Sanchez will knock it long. First header won by City, and that will bounce out of play for a throw-in to Chelsea. We've played the 6 minutes. Cucurella to take this throw-in for Chelsea. All the way back to the defence. Silva knocks it long. Headed by Diaz. Flicked on. Enzo Fernandez wins it. Gallagher forward here. Here's Sterling. Maybe one last attack. Here's Nicholas Jackson. Oh, blocked corner. They will have time to take it. The referee allowed one last attack for either team, and Chelsea got the benefit of it in the end and have a corner. Maybe there is one last opportunity before the half. Gallagher takes it short. Sterling. One last opportunity before the break. Sterling with a cross. Deep one to the back post. Edison will grasp that. And that is the half-time whistle from Anthony Taylor. A first half that has been dramatic, frantic, exciting. Everything that we've wanted from a first 45 minutes of a game in the Premier League against Chelsea and Manchester City. It's had everything. All we need is a red card, although we don't want red cards. Half-time at the Bridge, with Chelsea having turned around a one-goal lead for City, are pegged back at 2-2 at the break. Chelsea 2, Manchester City 2. Half-time at Stamford Bridge. It's Chelsea 2, Manchester City 2. And what a dramatic first half of football that has been at the Bridge at the moment. We've already seen 9 incredible Premier League games this weekend. All the scorelines on your screen. Wolves 2, Tottenham 1. Arsenal beat Burnley by 3-1. Everton got a 3-2 victory away at Crystal Palace. Home wins for Manchester United, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, all winning at home. Brighton held at home by Sheffield United. 10-man Brighton. A draw would probably be a positive result for them, considering where they were in the game. A comfortable win for Liverpool at home against Brentford by 3-0, and West Ham eking out a 3-2 victory against Nottingham Forest earlier this afternoon. And of course, Chelsea 2, Man City 2 after a dramatic first half at the Bridge. Just run you through the halftime stats just before that, actually. Fun says scoreless is it deserved. I'll get to that in a second. I'll chat about the first half for you in a second, Fun. Stream is crashing for me. Try and refresh the page if you're on desktop or a browser. Try and refresh the page or try and reload the app if you're using the YouTube app. Try it that way. It should work. It's all fine on my end for the moment in terms of the stream, but maybe it could be just a connection issue or something. Just try and refresh and maybe that will work out for you. Hopefully it'll work out for you. half-time stats then. Chelsea have had more shots than Manchester City, 11 to City's 8, but both sides have had 5 shots on target. City have had more of the possession, 59% in City's favour to 41 in Chelsea. Both have had 3 corners apiece. City have had 4 big chances in that first half. They've missed 2 of them. Chelsea have had just the 1 big chance, which they took. Of course, City have had more possession, more passes. Passing accuracy is better in City's favour, 90% in City's 90% passing accuracy for City to Chelsea's 80% passing accuracy in that first half. A look at the XG as well. City's XG is 1.6 to Chelsea's 0.93 in that first half. But at half time, there's been 4 goals scored at the break, and a massive game. The last time that we've seen some scoreline like this in this type of fixture, where both teams have both scored 2 goals, I have to scroll all the way back. Still scrolling. The last time that both of these teams scored 2 goals against each other in a game of football, at least 2 goals, was in a 4-2 win for Manchester City away at Chelsea, and Chelsea were down to 9 men on that occasion. 4-2 win. It was 1-1 at half time. City went on to win that 4-2. That was in 2010. Was the last time that both teams had scored 2 goals against each other in this fixture. Of course, as you know, the last time Chelsea beat City at home in the league was in June 2020, and the 2-1 win against 10-man Manchester City. Willian with scoring a winning penalty in that one that gave Chelsea 3 points then. Just replaying the incident, the penalty incident, which I think is a complete disgrace, how the penalty's been given here. I mean, Anthony Taylor can make a mistake and say he thought Cucurella was pulling Haaland, but both players were pulling each other. Both were trying to go for the ball and get the ball cleared or put the ball in the net in terms of Erling Haaland's case. Both went to ground, and the ball was nowhere near either of them because Thiago Silva headed it over the bar. So I don't understand why the referee's given a penalty there. He had. Then VAR got involved, tried to intervene. Didn't actually say to the referee, do you want to have another look at this? Said, no, we'll stick with the on-field decision. We feel that that's the correct decision. Didn't get involved. And that City penalty was scored by Haaland. Chelsea got back on level terms not long after that, on the 29th minute through Thiago Silva from a corner. Just after Reece James had a fantastic free kick saved by Edison. The corner resulting from that save ended up in the back of the net. And then the second one was a long ball from the back. It's nice work initially from Chelsea. Reece James latches onto a poor bit of defending from Man City, from Vardiol and Raheem Sterling there to receive the cross and to slot it into an empty net. And then probably the easiest goal to probably defend of them all that Chelsea didn't defend was a short corner out to Bernardo Silva, left-footed cross into the 18-yard box, and Manuel Akanji gets above everyone else and heads it into the Chelsea net. It was like a training exercise for Manchester City, that second goal. That's how easy it was for Chelsea to defend, but they couldn't, and that's where City have themselves level at the break, 2-2 in that one. That goal came in the first minute of added time in that one, and the table looks like this. Manchester City will remain top, and they will go a point clear of both Liverpool and Arsenal in second and third respectively after their home wins this weekend. Manchester City currently drawing will be their first draw of the season if they do it tonight away to Chelsea. They'll want to turn it into 3 points before they host Liverpool after the international break. That's where they stand. Chelsea with a draw will jump up to 10th above Brentford on goal difference after Brentford's loss to Liverpool earlier this afternoon. Chelsea will go above them after being in the top half earlier this afternoon, Chelsea, before West Ham's win against Forest, but they will head back into the top half, Chelsea, with a draw. Put them on 16 points in 10th, a point behind West Ham and 12 points behind leaders Manchester City. And that is where we stand at half-time, where Chelsea and City will probably both be disappointed that it is level at half-time at 2-2, and neither manager will be happy at the break with how their teams have defended, but credit to the attackers, they've taken their chances when they have come their way. And let me just remind you what's coming up on LFS then. The international break is next weekend, but we have a WSL triple header. We start with Chelsea hosting Liverpool next Saturday lunchtime, a 1:30 kick-off next Saturday, before a double header on the Sunday as Brighton host Arsenal, and Manchester City go to Manchester United in the Manchester Derby in the WSL. That's next Saturday and Sunday on LFS. This Sunday, though, and the rest of tonight, after this game, we have NFL action for you. The Detroit Lions head to the Los Angeles Chargers. That's tonight at 9:05 UK time. For that one, right, 2-2 at the break of the bridge. Chelsea 2, Man City 2. Neither will be happy. They'll be looking to change it in the second half, which is on the way very shortly. Welcome back to Premier League Live. Chelsea 2, Manchester City 2 at the break at Stamford Bridge. As I mentioned, the WSL triple header next weekend. Chelsea, Liverpool, Brighton, Arsenal and Man United, Man City next Saturday and Sunday. Let's just preview that for you just before we leave you, of course, this weekend. We'll let you know some of the results today. Man United go into that derby with a 5-0 victory against West Ham. Liverpool, who are also in action next weekend with us, they got a draw away at Tottenham today. Chelsea also winning this weekend. They beat Everton 3-0 earlier this afternoon. Manchester City were beaten by Brighton. Both teams in action for us next weekend. They were beaten 1-0 by Brighton earlier this afternoon in the WSL, and also the other action this afternoon was Aston Villa 2, Bristol City 0. And we will have Arsenal, of course, in action with us next weekend. They head to Leicester City tonight at 6:45 kickoff. The table in WSL looks like this: Chelsea top of the table with 5 wins out of 6. with 16 points. Man United in second with 12 points. Tottenham and Liverpool in third and fourth on 11 points. City and Arsenal on 10 points, but Arsenal and Leicester, of course, still yet to play this weekend. Bottom of the table are Bristol City and Aston Villa, both on 3 points. And that's our quick preview ahead of our WSL action next weekend. Something to really look forward to for next weekend. Right, we are going to get back underway at the bridge in just a moment. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back for the second half of Chelsea against Manchester City at Stamford Bridge. 2-2 at the first half interval. After the first half interval. And the players are just about to return to the pitch. The City players back on the field. Coming onto the field. Still awaiting the Chelsea players out of the tunnel. The referee is out. Anthony Taylor didn't have a great first half, but we'll not talk about that again. I need to stop mentioning that. Chelsea are on their way out then from the tunnel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. It would be greatly appreciated here on LFS. We greatly appreciate every single one of you who have subscribed to the channel. Right. We are almost ready for the second half to get underway. First half where both teams were competitive. I would say Chelsea would arguably be the happier in terms of, in the end, still being in this game and competing with City. But they'll be disappointed that they gave away a lead towards the end of the half. Well, the second half is the time to change that and change the outcome for both teams. It's going to be a cracker, surely. Anthony Taylor gets us back underway then at Stamford Bridge for another 45 minutes of cracking football, surely. After a wonderful first half, it can only get better. Surely. Let's hope so. Because that's what we want. Goals galore. That's what we had in the first half. Positive from Sterling to win it back there. And that's a late lunge by Kyle Walker. And we'll give Chelsea an early free kick in the second half. It's great from Sterling to win it back off Walker. Then just has to cut back, and Kyle Walker just committing a poor foul there. Give Chelsea a chance early in the half to get a free kick to whip it into the box. Cole Palmer to take this free kick for Chelsea. Left-footed. Delivered into the box. Headed by a City player. Gallagher will pick it up on the far right-hand side. He is taken down, but no foul, says the officials there. Said he went down too easily up against Josko Vardiol there, did Conor Gallagher, but I thought it was a foul. Bernardo Silva with a clearance. Lovely. Haaland. Alvarez now finds Foden. Chance for City here. Foden flicks it on for Alvarez. Alvarez across. Haaland! It's bundled over the net, over the line, and into the net. What a start to the second half for Manchester City. First opportunity and one of the scrappiest goals we've seen has been bundled over the line by Erling Haaland to find City a lead in this one. It's almost identical to the West Ham game earlier. City led 1-0. They were 2-1 behind and have crawled it all the way back for 3-2. No issues in terms of offside, surely, in the build-up. Have to re-watch it, but it's Alvarez with a cross and Haaland somehow at the back post. It's bundled over the net, over the line and into the Chelsea net. An awful start to the half for Chelsea. But a fantastic start to the half for Manchester City and Erling Haaland. And the champions are back in front. Although there was a bit of confusion as to whether there was a handball in there from Erling Haaland to carry it over the line, but I don't think there was an issue there. In the end, and he is a machine, Erling Haaland, an absolute machine, and they are checking it here, VAR. They are checking for a possible handball. Just see the replay of it. So it's... What? Well, they're actually checking. Once Haaland is in the net, so he carries himself into the net, and they're checking for a touch off Haaland's left elbow to see whether the ball will go over the line from there. Because the ball hadn't crossed the line, and they're checking if it's touched his hand to carry over the line. But, I mean, you're clutching at straws, really, if you're trying to rule that one out, because I don't think that was a problem. And VAR haven't ruled it out. The goal is given, and Erling Haaland has his second of the night, and City have their third of the night. Chelsea 2, Manchester City 3. I said the second half would be as good as the first half, and it has been so far. We've only played 4 minutes. Here's Thiago Silva under pressure. Clearance from Cucurella, intercepted by Walker. Diaz hits it off the face of his own player. Gallagher will pick it up. Fires it forward. 2 Chelsea players running through. Here's Raheem Sterling up against Walker. Sterling running at Walker. Beats Walker for the pace. Cuts it across. Looking for Jackson. Away from Gallagher. And City get it away. End-to-end football again, this. My goodness me, it's like we didn't have a 15-minute break in between. The game started, the second half has started the way the first half left off. Frantic, dramatic. Completely crazy. What is it with Chelsea and crazy games? Although this one's just been crazy in terms of how good it's been. In terms of attacking football, it's been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic to watch. Pressure on Edison. Akanji plays it out to find Rodri. Now out to the left-hand side is Vardiol. Bernardo Silva. Silva under pressure from Caicedo. Does well to just about get it away. And wide for Kyle Walker. Walker with a long ball down the line. Trying to find the run of Foden. Or Alvarez, sorry. Oh, and Thiago Silva has that one covered. Fernandez to Caicedo. Back to Dizazi. Looking to go out wide to find Reece James. But overhit that one. Did Axel Dizazi, and that will be a City throw-in. City have a throw-in just inside their own half. Vardiol. Chested down by Diaz. Bernardo Silva has to go back to Edison. All the way forward. Lovely ball from Edison. Finds Vardiol on the left. All inside the Chelsea half now. Rodri. Alvarez. Now Ruben Diaz. Back to Walker. Out wide to Foden. Down the line. Infield to Alvarez. Nicer, better football from City. Cross from Alvarez. Out wide to Doku on the left. Has space to run into. Chops inside on his right. Finds Foden. Flicks it forward for Bernardo Silva at the byline. Cuts it back. Cleared away by Chelsea. Rodri keeps it alive. Keeping it alive in a strike from Alvarez, but a save by Robert Sanchez to catch it. That was incredible football from City. It was just beautiful in terms of how well they kept the pressure on the Chelsea defenders and ended up getting a shot off, but the shot was well dealt with by the keeper. Gallagher gets it stolen away from him by Gvardiol, and then Gvardiol's taken out by Caicedo there. That'll be a City free kick. Nice work from Guardiola initially. And then he's just... Caicedo leaves the leg in, giving away a free kick. The Chelsea midfielder. Similar this one to the Reece James one in the first half for Chelsea. Similar position. Will it be a similar outcome, or will City be able to find the net from a free kick? Maybe a bit further out, I would say. Slightly further out, but not by too much. They have 4 players around at City. Struggling to figure out who's going to take it. Haaland's in the box anyway. Foden leaves it. Alvarez whips it into the back post. Too much on that one. From Julian Alvarez will run for a goal kick to Chelsea. Dizazi. Back to Sanchez. Here's Thiago Silva. Under pressure from Haaland. Has to go out wide to Cucurella. Lovely flick on by Enzo Fernandez to find Cucurella. He does get the touch forward to Palmer. Lovely from Fernandez to Caicedo. Now James in space down the right hand side. Finds Gallagher. Here's Conor Gallagher to Sterling. Back to Gallagher again. The run of Palmer was there, but he didn't find that option, Gallagher. Back to James. Caicedo. Here's Thiago Silva. Enzo Fernandez. To Dizazi. Now James. Dizazi again. Possession from Chelsea is the watchword at the moment. That's what they're trying to do. Silva. To Cucurella. Back across to Enzo Fernandez, who's pressed there by Alvarez, but he does get the ball out to Reece James, and there is a free kick, I think the referee's given here for Chelsea. And he's pulled it all the way back for that pressure from Alvarez on Enzo Fernandez. So Chelsea have a free kick, which they've taken. Gallagher. Reece James running behind from Moises Caicedo this time, and got there ahead of him was Ruben Dias. Puts it out for a Chelsea throw on the right hand side. So Chelsea seem to be getting their joy. It's kind of dragging the defender in and putting the ball in behind in that space that's occupied by the defender. Josko Vardy also caught out a couple of times from that. And Chelsea have got the better of that on quite a few occasions. Sterling trying to beat Foden. Battling with Foden. And the senior does win the ball back. Cucurella. Enzo Fernandez under pressure, loses out. Foden chests it down, finds Rodri. Rodri battling. Running through, finds Bernardo Silva. Now Doku on the left hand side. Up against Reece James. Doku has options. Doku goes down. And a free kick goes the other way. Doku's deemed to have dived. And Anthony Taylor's going to book him for simulation there, Jeremy Doku. I mean, it's completely silly, that. You know, he's throwing himself to the floor there, Jeremy Doku. It's never a penalty. Both battling for the ball, Reece James and Doku there, and Doku throws himself to the floor at the first time of asking, and the referee's quick to that. Good decision by Anthony Taylor, that. And Doku gets his second booking of the season for that simulation dive. Here's Cole Palmer, breaking through the lines, finds Sterling on the left, up against Walker. Raheem Sterling will go again at Walker, beats Walker, puts the cross in. Only one in there was Gallagher, but Edison got there ahead of him. Got the catch on the ball for City. Sterling has been fantastic this afternoon, I have to say. He's really brought it to Kyle Walker defensively, definitely. Both City fullbacks probably caught out on a couple of occasions. Nice from Reece James, goes down. That'll be a free kick against Manchester City. Reece James fouled there by Rodri. They've taken it quickly. Enzo Fernandez trying to feed it through for Jackson. Stole away from him. A nice City come up the other end. Haaland feeds it through for Doku. Jeremy Doku here. Into the box. Doku cuts inside. Sanchez just gets down in time. And somehow made the save. I think he knew very little about it, Robert Sanchez, and how he made the save, but he did. Doku running right through, down the left-hand side, completely open. Lots of space, cuts inside, takes a strike with the right foot, and somehow I think it comes off the left leg of Robert Sanchez. Gets down quick enough. His left leg just carries it out, and then he comes diving onto the ball when he sees it in front of him. There, Robert Sanchez. Wow. Close again there for Manchester City. Close but no cigar, as they say. Reece James. Palmer steps into trouble. Will win the throw-in though. Off Rodri. Well, there's going to be a substitution here for Manchester City. The man that could have scored the fourth there for City, Jeremy Doku, had a chance there. That was his last action. He's being replaced by Jack Grealish. It's one of those kind of rotational positions for Pep Guardiola, and based on what he wants from his players, what he wants from his team, what kind of approach they want to make, and threaten the kind of pace of Doku at running at defenders has been threatening for City today, but not as threatening as I'm sure Pep Guardiola would have wanted. Despite that, they still lead 3-2. Here's Sterling, breaking forward. He's a man who's caused trouble in the wings. Still causing trouble. Felt he was fouled there, felt he was pulled, but referee said no, and City come away with the ball. Foden this time, he loses out. Cucurella in the challenge. Fernandez down the left. Sterling trying to find Fernandez. Just overhit that one, Raheem Sterling. Clearance from City. Header from Silva. Dizazi. Now Caicedo. Nice pace in this game. Here's Cole Palmer. Running through. Cole Palmer! Oh! Tried to slot it past Edison. Big save from the City keeper against the former City player. That was gorgeous from Cole Palmer. Running all the way through. It would have been a beautiful solo goal. Picks it up and just beats a couple of City players. Gets his way into the box, and all he has to do is find it past Edison. Just unlucky. Big save by Edison. But what a chance for Cole Palmer. What a beautiful solo run. My goodness. Just see, Moises Caicedo has just been booked, I think. He has. Third yellow card of the season for Caicedo for that for a challenge on Jack Grealish earlier in that phase of play. Rodri has it for City. Out wide to Grealish. Grealish chops inside, plays it across the box. Here's Foden. Goes low and hard, but a simple enough one for Robert Sanchez to get behind. Both teams are going for it. I love it. Absolutely loving this. This is not finished in terms of goal scoring yet. Sterling trying to run through the middle. Referee saying no foul. Sterling is screaming at the referee, but City come away with it here. Foden. Now, cross from the right from Alvarez. Just overhit to find Haaland. Haaland will have it though. On the left. Back in field to Grealish. Cross to Rodri. Now Alvarez. Chopping at his heels there was Cucurella, but Rodri has it back. Walker. Now Julian Alvarez. Walker. Back to Rodri. Kanji. Out wide on the left to Gvardiol. Heavy touch, finds its way to Grealish. Jack Grealish. Back to Gvardiol. Passing it around here, City. This game is frantic as you like. Foden finds it to Rodri. Rodri on the edge, flicks it forward for Haaland at the byline. Puts it across. Simple enough catch for Robert Sanchez there. But again, City threatening. And that build-up. Both teams are still wanting to score goals. That's what we want to see. Jackson ends up getting it, but then loses it through Vardiol. Now Bernardo Silva. City have bodies forward. Out wide on the left is Grealish. Grealish working his way into the box. Cuts it back for Alvarez on the edge. Gets past one man. Flicks it over the top for Grealish. Carries him a bit wide. Still in the box is Jack Grealish. Up against Reece James. Grealish. Forced out to find Bernardo Silva. Retreating back to Manuel Akanji. He will go across to Rodri. Foden trying to flick it on, but Cucurella putting his body in the way. And Kyle Walker with a late one on Cucurella will give Chelsea the free kick. Chelsea are going to make a few changes. They're going to make 2 changes, it seems. A double change from the Blues. First substitution is going to be Enzo Fernandez. He's going to be coming off. He's going to be replaced by Mykhailo Mudryk. So an extra attacker on the pitch there for Chelsea. Mudryk replacing Enzo Fernandez. And the second is the Chelsea captain, Reece James. He is going to be coming off and he's going to be replaced by Malo Gusto. So a double change for Chelsea. Gusto is Gusto and Mudryk on, and replacing Enzo Fernandez and Reece James. So a double change there for Chelsea to try and get themselves back on level terms again. Still a long time to go as well. 26 minutes plus additional time to go. Chelsea 2, City 3. Chelsea have a free kick to take. And Edison's just gone down here. He's holding his hand of his boot, it seems, around his ankle area for Edison. He's going to receive a bit of treatment now, so we will... Gives us enough time to tell you, don't forget NFL action tonight. The Detroit Lions at the Los Angeles Chargers. That's tonight at 9:05, 9:05 UK time. You can listen to live audio commentary and live play-by-play of that game in Los Angeles. And that is our NFL offering this weekend for you. Looking forward to that one later this evening. It's pretty even in terms of the poll in the chat as well about the result. What you're predicting, 43% both say Chelsea win and 43% say City win. Only 13% predicting a draw. So very, very tight. Keep your votes coming in. If you haven't voted already, get them in. Let us know what you feel, what you think's going to happen. Keep those votes coming and we'll keep you updated with how the poll is going later on in the game. And with 25 minutes to go, there's still a very, very much a possibility of quite a lot of different options happening. Edison, after receiving a bit of treatment, is back to his feet. He will be okay. Chelsea will get the game back underway. Here's Thiago Silva. But one person we need to see more from a Chelsea point of view, and we haven't seen much of him, I mentioned it in the first half, is Nicholas Jackson. He's not been massively involved. Here's Mykhailo Mudryk. He's involved. Only on the pitch. Caicedo back to Gallagher. Big save, follow up through. Jackson with a finish. Just as I was saying, we haven't seen much of him. Nicholas Jackson pops up on the rebound and fires Chelsea back level. 4 goals in 2 games, a hat-trick in the last one against Spurs, and he's got a goal against the champions Manchester City. That's a poacher's finish. That's a striker's goal. And Nicholas Jackson has got Chelsea back level. It all starts from a ball out to the left-hand side to Mudryk from Gallagher. Mudryk driving through up the left-hand side, cuts it back infield to Caicedo. Gallagher in a bit of space, takes the beautiful strike. Massive strike by Gallagher. It is parried out by Edison. No offside in the build-up there. And Jackson at rebounds too. And he just takes a touch and fires it past Edison. No worries about offside. Jackson's well onside when Gallagher takes the strike. And that is certainly a fantastic goal from Chelsea. And the goal scoring is far from done yet. You might think we've seen 6 goals and that might be enough, but both of these teams are not going to give up to the final whistle for a result here. Chelsea 3, Manchester City 3. Oh ho ho! Just as City were coming up the other end, there might be a penalty shout there. Could be a possible handball. We'll get to that in a moment. VAR will of course check that. This game is end to end, frantic as you like. It's one of the best Premier League games of the season so far. We need to see a replay to see if there was a handball, but VAR will check it. 22 minutes to go, 3-3 at the bridge. Foden receives the ball from Alvarez, cuts it back to Rodri, right across goal, Haaland! And Foden was in there trying to follow it up, but Robert Sanchez got the catch. Just see the replay, Bernardo Silva trying to cross it. Yeah, it's never a handball. It's a fantastic bit of defending there from Axel Disasi. Has his arm right behind his back, and it just hits the arm on his left arm, but his arm is right behind his back as far as he can get it. It's not an issue there for me. No handball, and that's what VAR have decided as well. Nothing doing there. Ball out from the back. Sterling is held there. He will get the free kick, I think. Raheem Sterling, he will. From that clearance. Goodness me. Well, Chelsea have certainly given us some entertaining matches this season. They love to give us an entertaining one. They give us the craziest game in Premier League history last week on Monday night against Tottenham. They had a fantastic game here against Arsenal. Crazy, crazy game. They certainly give us entertainment this season, Chelsea. No matter what it means for them. And of course, the Liverpool game here, it ended 1-1. That was the opening game of the season here. And they've given us another incredible one here tonight. And they might go and win it. Here's Palmer. Palmer, still lots of time to go. Palmer to Gallagher. Caicedo helping out too. But Chelsea have been fantastic tonight. So have City. I think City's attack have been below par, I think. I don't think they've been fantastic, City, but I think Chelsea have been the better team. But City have been more ruthless in their ton of chances they've taken. But fine margins. 20 minutes to go. Chelsea 3, Manchester City 3. If you had said to me before this game we would see a 6-goal thriller with 20 minutes to go, I would have kind of laughed at you and said, what are you talking about? Here's Malo Gusto. I would have said you're on drugs. Here's Conor Gallagher. Gusto. Back to Gallagher. Now across to Palmer. Palmer looking for the run over the top to find Jackson. Cleared away by City. Vardiol. That one's brought down by Palmer though. Palmer trying to break through. Almost got the brick of the ball off of Kanji, but City defender done enough there. And Grealish back to Edison. What a ball. And now City find a bit of space. Here's Alvarez to break forward. Out wide to Foden. Foden trying to find Alvarez again. Alvarez was looking for the cross. Blocked by Thiago Silva. And that will be a goal kick as the last touch was off the City player. Well, this kind of reminds me of the City-Newcastle game last season at St James's Park. It was a crazy, crazy game. It ended 3-3. Newcastle kind of put it all on City and went toe-to-toe with City and ended up getting a point out of it. They led 3-1 in that game, actually. At one point, Newcastle. And that 3-3 job with City last season. What a cracker of a game that was. Oh, Palmer pulled back there by Rodri. And he will get a yellow card, the City midfielder. So he's been booked for putting back his former teammate Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer has really lit up the second half. He's been much more involved and driving at the defence a lot more of City. Driving through the middle. It's causing more problems. It's Rodri's 4th yellow card of the season. Need to watch himself. Remember, that threshold of 19 games before the 5 yellow cards leading to a 1-match ban is cancelled out. Fun says, is it deserving of a 3-3 draw or no? Yeah. I would say it is, because both teams have gone gung-ho. They've gone all-out attack here this afternoon, and when you go all-out attack, you're more likely to see a high-scoring game, and a 3-3 draw will be pretty fair. I think both teams have had their chances, and they've taken their chances this afternoon. Oh, handball! Surely! Edison on Walker! That's so close! Oh, it sent Stamford Bridge going nuts! This game's unbelievable! Incredible! Goodness me. It's nothing to do with VAR, because it was outside the box, so that handball wouldn't have mattered anyway. It had to be the referee to give it. Palmer trying to feed it round the corner for Caicedo, gives it away. Here's Grealish. Vardiol. Bernardo Silva. Goodness me, I think I'm going to need to lie down after this. Bernardo Silva. Intercepted. Chelsea try and clear it away. City keep the pressure with Rodri. Walker. Back with Alvarez now. Out wide to Kyle Walker. City applying the pressure. Alvarez to Rodri. Back to Alvarez. Lovely football. Foden on the edge of the box. Lovely challenge by Dizazi. Jackson trying to carry it away. Loses out through the challenge and brought down as Gusto. Referee will play advantage. Chelsea 2-on-1 here. Lovely recovery by Manuel Akanji. 2-on-1 and Akanji made the challenge. Palmer keeps it in though. Palmer has this attack keeping going. Gallagher. Bit wayward there. Cucurella will gather it. 16 minutes plus additional time to go. Chelsea 3, City 3. Fun says, I think City know if they don't win, they get that chart. Arsenal can get ahead. Well, Arsenal and Liverpool are battling City at the moment at the top. Who would have thought of that at the start of the season? But there we go. City defeat here would put Liverpool and Arsenal both all level on points at the top. All three teams on 27. A draw would put City a point ahead. Sterling's won it back here. Raheem Sterling for Gusto! Oh, over the bar. Malo Gusto with a chance of the game to put Chelsea back ahead, and he fires it well over the bar. Raheem Sterling has been unstoppable this afternoon. He's been incredible. Won the ball back high up for Chelsea. Just runs through into the box. Lovely reverse ball to find Malo Gusto, who's totally unmarked in the box. All he has to do is find the finish, and he just fires it over the bar. Agonising for Chelsea. Dreadful for Malo Gusto. And kind of a sigh of relief for Manchester City. Gusto's gone down. Fun says that giggle and it keeps buffering. Is that my internet or the stream? Well, from my end, I have no interruptions from my end, from what I can see, from the technical side of things, from my kind of point of view. But all I can think of is try and close the stream and open it again. Ooh, clearly that's a handball. Baffling. Or maybe even go into like the settings part of the stream and on the stream and kind of the video quality, maybe really reduce the video quality. Maybe the quality of the video is too high for your internet speed. I don't know. I have no idea. Fun, but try and all I can say to just probably shush. All I can probably say is to try and reload the stream. Siri was trying to annoy me there. City are going to ready another change. The former Chelsea player, Mateo Kovacic, looks to be coming on. He's readying. He'll be coming on very shortly. Malo Gusto is still receiving treatment. I'll have quite a few minutes of added time. Gusto's back to his feet, and we're back underway here with City then. 13 minutes plus additional time to go. And we're in the balance on a knife edge here at the Stamford Bridge at 3-3. Is there a team? Can either team find a winner? Or will they be hold each other to a 3-3 draw? Akanji finds it through to Bernardo Silva. Lovely chop back against Gallagher. Just turning them inside out with a cross. Headed away by Dizazi. Gusto waved back onto the field after receiving treatment. Chelsea were down to 10 momentarily there. Trying to get involved. Jackson easily beaten there by Rodri. Rodri running through. Gives it out wide out to the right hand side for Walker. The rain has started to pour down here at the bridge. Could add another kind of aspect to this game. Another dramatic ending. Alvarez's ball finds Grealish. Grealish to Bernardo Silva, takes a deflection. Cleared away by Dizazi with the header. Grealish picks it back up. Vardiol. Now Akanji. To Diaz. Down the right hand side is Walker. Infield to Alvarez. Alvarez trying to find Grealish. Sterling battling with Jack Grealish. And Sterling will win the free kick off Jack Grealish. Fantastic again from Raheem Sterling. Absolutely unbeatable. He's been incredible today. City are going to make a change. Julian Alvarez is coming off. He's going to be replaced by Mateo Kovacic. Of course, must be that Pep Guardiola must want more control in midfield. So bringing on an extra midfielder to do that. And the former Chelsea player, Mateo Kovacic. Once called Stamford Bridge his home. I don't think he'd be at home tonight. I don't think the Chelsea fans would probably welcome him home tonight. Although we haven't had any controversy about him coming onto the pitch. No booing or anything like that. Actually, if anything, probably applause. City have a throw in. Walker back to Ruben Diaz. To Edison. Vardiol. Kovacic. Back to Akanji. Back to Edison. Chelsea on the press. Diaz has it. On the edge of his own box. Out wide to Walker. Back to Ruben Diaz. Across to Edison again. City patient. Waiting for the opportunity for them to burst forward. Here's Manuel Akanji. As we enter the last 10 minutes of normal time here at the bridge. Ball deflecting through. Dizazi physically beautiful. Gusto has it. Sterling. Now Jackson running forward. He's got Palmer alongside him. Lays it off to Cole Palmer. Gives it out wide to Mudryk. Mudryk battling in the box. Cleared away by City. Gallagher from distance. He got the strike behind it, but didn't get the accuracy. Behind for a goal kick. Every time Chelsea win the ball back, I think they're going to have a chance here. They're going to have a chance, and they do. Every time have a chance. Honestly, this game, wow. What a weekend. What a day of Premier League football we've had. A 5-goal thriller with a late winner at the London Stadium earlier. And now a 6-goal thriller at the bridge with the last 10 minutes to go with both sides pushing for a winning goal. I mean, could it get any better than this? Honestly. Rodri. Lovely ball out wide. Finds Foden. Trying to feed the ball through. Cuts it back to Bernardo Silva. Back to Rodri again. City plying more bodies up the pitch. Chelsea dropping more bodies deeper. City struggling to get through at the moment. Bernardo Silva. It only takes one opportunity. Remember, Erling Haaland's still on the pitch and he's on a hat-trick. It would only be Erling Haaland to score a hat-trick to win the game for Manchester City. Here's Bernardo Silva. Manuel Akanji. Vardiol. To Rodri. Chopped at him there was Conor Gallagher. Still going was Gallagher. And they're just a bit boiling over here a bit. This frustrations getting the better of the two sets of players. And referee quick over to deal with that one, and City will get the free kick. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Ruben Diaz. Trying to find the through ball. Lovely challenge by Mudryk battling, and Cucurella will win a throw in for Chelsea. off Phil Foden that time. Pep Guardiola rubbing his face, I'm sure nervously sitting there anticipating something to happen for his team. I'm sure even if they do win this one, City, he will still come out and talk about what his side can improve on. Talk about a frantic game. Jackson trying to chest it down, takes a heavy touch. Cucurella trying to intercept. Mudryk and Cucurella trying to intervene, and the referee will pull it back for an earlier set piece. The rain is properly coming down here at the bridge now. It's got to the point now where Mauricio Pochettino's had to get a towel out to wipe his face and his hair. He's got no hood. Fantastic. Chelsea have a free kick then in their own half. Thiago Silva takes it, goes back to his keeper. Dizazi. Back to Robert Sanchez. Chelsea playing right from the back at the moment. Robert Sanchez, he'll go long this time. Trying to find the run of Sterling. It beats Vardiol, but I think Raheem Sterling was maybe offside there, or he committed a foul. One of the two. He was offside. That's the first time there's been an offside this game. Chelsea got called offside quite a number of times on Monday night against Spurs. That's the first time they've been called offside tonight. Here's Jack Grealish though for City, trying to break into the Chelsea box up against Malo Gusto. Grealish does get past Gusto, whips a ball to the back post. Too high for Erling Haaland. Tried to jump for it, Haaland, but too high from Jack Grealish behind for a goal kick. Up Guardiola, nervously looking on. We know his side have got an abundance of quality on the pitch, and certainly the quality to score a late winning goal, but whether it will come out and happen, we don't know yet. Both teams can still get it late on, but will one of them end up getting it? That's the question we still don't know. There's still a lot of time to go. 5 minutes plus additional time. Grealish finds a Kanji who's made a run down the left. Back to Grealish. Trying to commit a few more bodies forward, City. Grealish back to Kovacic. Ruben Diaz. To Walker. Now Bernardo Silva. Foden on the right. Back to Walker. Phil Foden. Wide on the right hand side. Covered over by a few Chelsea players. Nice quick skill. Works City down the left hand side. Foden. Now Kovacic. Blocked. Follow up. It's deflected and in! Somehow it's a deflection off Rodri, and it's into the back of the net, and City could have won it late on here. Manchester City, a fourth goal for them. A cruel deflection of a Chelsea player into the Chelsea net, and that could be all 3 points for Manchester City on a difficult trip to Stamford Bridge against a resilient and hard-working Chelsea team. They've been held all the way all afternoon. With a rebound from the Kovacic strike, Rodri comes onto it. It deflects off the right boot of Thiago Silva, who tries to clear it, and it ends up in the back of his own net. Chelsea 3, Manchester City 4, and that little bit of luck that some teams need, that every team needs now and again to win a game, could see City getting all 3 points here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 3, Manchester City 4. Wow. And now the away end has gone completely nuts. It'll be heartache and pain for Chelsea, and jubilation and pure unrivaled excitement from Manchester City fans and players, and the manager Pep Guardiola too. My goodness me. But that is unfortunate for Thiago Silva and Chelsea. that this game might be lost by a deflection. But as they say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And they take the shot, City, and you always never know where it might end up. And on this occasion, it ends up in the back of the Chelsea net. It's cruel, it's hard for Chelsea, but there's still time. Let's not say that this is over yet, because we've seen multiple times in this game, one side takes the lead, the other pegs them back. Multiple occasions. City took a 1-goal lead. Chelsea got back. Chelsea then took a 2-1 lead. City pegged them back. City took a 3-2 lead at the start of the half. Chelsea pegged them back. City have taken the lead once again. Can Chelsea peg them back once again to a level score on the score sheet? Who knows? Still time. Still 90 seconds plus additional time to go. There's still time for a late equaliser from Chelsea's point of view. Thiago Silva steps in. Caicedo, poor touch. Gives it straight back to City. You've been resilient all day, Chelsea. They've been gone toe-to-toe with City and matched them almost all of the way through. Credit to them, because they've worked ever so hard. They won't want to give up just yet, though. So they're going to make another change. And Moises Caicedo is coming off. And another forward is coming on in Armando Broja. So Mauricio Pochettino is throwing absolutely everything at this now to just force a late goal to get an equaliser at the very, very least. Cucurella with a header from the City free kick. Flicked back by Jackson. Intercepted by Rodri. Cucurella wins it back. Here's Gallagher, 2 lacks on the ball. But will win the free kick there for a late challenge off Erling Haaland. Chelsea will have a free kick which they've taken quickly. Cucurella. Now Palmer. Looking for an option forward. Goes to Gusto. Back to Axel Disasi. As we enter the last few seconds of the 90 minutes, we will see how long we will have added on to play here. Disasi. We will have, after the fourth official shows us, we will have 8 additional minutes at the end of this half. City scored in added time in the first half to level it. Can Chelsea return the favour in added time in the second half to level it? Cole Palmer. Sterling. Trying to find the run. Does keep the pressure on Raheem Sterling there, but stole away from him by Gvardiol. Is the ball. Here's Kovacic. Now Grealish. City will just look to manage the game now till the final whistle. That foul on Jack Grealish from Conor Gallagher will give City a free kick. Scotty says, nice Gretzky. Yes, welcome in. There's Scotty. He's just retracted his chat. Fair play to you. What an incredible game this has been. No matter what the result ends up, we've seen an unbelievable Premier League game of football here. That doesn't even make sense. An unbelievable game of Premier League football. There we go. Here's Cole Palmer. Maybe there is one more twist in the tail. Still a lot of time for there to be another twist in the tail. 6.5 minutes. Axel Disasi finds Sterling. Run through for Jackson. Finds his way to Broja. Broja goes down. And it's a penalty to Chelsea. Armando Broja taken out by Ruben Dias. And there might be one last twist in the tail. Chelsea have a penalty to try and level it. Wowee. Anthony Taylor. It's a clear and obvious penalty. Ruben Dias comes sliding in. Broja, lovely first touch. Goes to take a second, and his standing leg is completely taken from underneath him. And Armando Broja wins Chelsea a penalty. We saw David Moyes bringing on an extra attacker earlier to win the game for West Ham. Just not long after he came onto the pitch, Armando Broja, has he won a penalty here for Chelsea. Referee pointed to the spot. It's boiled over a bit here. Nicholas Jackson involved. There's a whole almost all 22 players, all 21 players, bar the Chelsea goalkeeper, are all in and around the City box here. And this is a massive opportunity for Chelsea. I mentioned the many times they have pegged City back in this game when they have taken the lead, City. Can they do it once again? The referee's throwing out yellow cards like it's for fun here. Nicholas Jackson's been booked. It's still boiling over. They're still colliding. It's Kyle Walker is going at every Chelsea player he can see. Still arguing, and the referee wants to pull him away here. Get him away. Edison has to go back to his goal. The referee's pointing at him to get into his goal here. Ahead of this penalty. And it's the man who used to play for Manchester City, Cole Palmer. The man who was looking forward to this game all week, surely. Coming up against his old club. Looking to do a number on his old club. Can he do it at the most crucial of points in a game? We started with a penalty. Will we end with a penalty scored? Cole Palmer from the spot up against Edison. This is the moment. The rain pelting down at the bridge. Anthony Taylor's whistle goes. Palmer steps up and slots it in. Fantastic penalty from Cole Palmer. And City are pegged back once again. Cole Palmer, the man that used to play in City Blue, has come back and haunted them in Chelsea Blue at Stamford Bridge. An unbelievable game. Could have an unbelievable ending. Chelsea 4. Manchester City 4. What a game of football. My goodness me. What a time to step up and take one of the best penalties of your career against your old club at a massive moment in the game for your current club to seal a point for them, to get them back level in added time. And it's Ruben Dias that gave away the penalty in the end. It could be the man who has egg on his face at the end of this game. And now I'm sure the most relieved man inside Stamford Bridge is probably Thiago Silva. Unfortunately for him, he was the man that the ball deflected off for City's 4th goal. He will surely be relieved that his team could help him out in stopping that from being the winner. Chelsea have also made another change. Ugwachukwu has come onto the pitch. He's replaced Nicholas Jackson. And Jackson just got a 7th yellow card of the season. My goodness me. He's just been taken off as well. And Chelsea might not have given up yet. Might not have finished yet. And there's a late challenge there. They've given the ball away. And throwing bodies up the pitch, they could have cost themselves defensively. What a challenge by Sterling. Goodness me. Some challenge by Sterling. And now Chelsea have given away a free kick through Raheem Sterling. A foul on Phil Foden. And a yellow card for Sterling. It's a late one from Sterling. Comes diving in, nowhere near the ball. Comes completely, takes out Phil Foden. That's a passionate challenge if I've ever seen one. Hopefully Phil Foden is okay. That's Sterling's 3rd booking of the season. My goodness me. Honestly, I think I'm going to have to lie down for a few weeks after this game. Goodness. What an incredible game of football this has been. And I hope you watching in the chat have enjoyed it as much as I have. Because I have enjoyed this more than any game I've seen this season. Fun says R.I.P. LFS. I think so. After this one, I think I'm going to need to get on heart tablets or something. My goodness me. I think if I'm feeling that and I'm a neutral, I wonder what the two managers on the dugout at each dugout are feeling. This game has been twisting and turning since the very first minute. It's been end to end since the very first minute, and it is delivered and more in this game. And Chelsea have one more opportunity, or one more attack to defend. It's a City free kick. Kyle Walker over it. Walker takes the strike. Just over the bar from Kyle Walker there. And that might be that. We've had the 8 minutes. There might be a bit more time, considering there has been the penalty was given in additional time. There was a bit of a delay about that. There was a bit of a delay for that free kick as well. So we might have about another minute maybe here. Or maybe more. Still time for a winner. From the way this game's gone, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a winner at this point. I'll tell you my player of the match at the very end as well. There's quite a few. Long ball from Sanchez out from the back. Bruya can't win the first header. City clear it down the pitch. Out for a throw-in. Chelsea have a throw-in. But this has been one of the most unbelievable games. I thought the Chelsea win over Spurs was an incredible game. That was the craziest, most frantic, most dramatic, unbelievable game of the season. This has been the most entertaining by a country mile. No doubts about how entertaining and how fascinating and how fantastic this game has been. Both teams have given their absolute all, and we have seen that. Nothing has been left for the dugouts or the dressing room. Everything, and I mean everything from both sets of players, has been left on that pitch. And there's still time to go. The referee's not wanting to give it up yet. He doesn't want this game to end. Is there one more chance for either team? Here's Bernardo Silva. They're going to switch it. Intercepted by Sterling. Given away from City. Sterling trying to go through. Brought down. Referee said they got the ball. Sterling's rolling around the floor. Kovacic. Is there one more chance? Foden down the right hand side. We've surpassed 100 minutes. Cucurella stops it. And that, quite anticlimactically, is the final whistle. A game that was 100 minutes long. It didn't feel like that at all. It went in a blink of an eye as to how fantastically good that was. And how entertaining. From minute 1 to minute 100. It was the most fantastic game of the season. A game that is absolutely unmatched from this campaign. Chelsea and City going toe-to-toe at the bridge on so many separate occasions. It has been only one way it's gone, and that is City. But today it wasn't to be for the champions. They were held on so many occasions. They were ahead, then they were pegged back. They went behind. They pegged Chelsea back before half-time for 2-2. They took an early lead in the second half. Chelsea got a goal to level it again at 3-3 before City took a lead. Laid on through a late deflected goal. Balf Rodri deflected off Silva into his own net before Cole Palmer, the former City man, had the final say and sealed the point for Chelsea from the penalty spot. The final score from Stamford Bridge. Take this in. Everyone watching, take this in. Chelsea 4, Manchester City 4. Undoubtedly the best game of the season.